Oh my God, is that the faces of the future? But let's get right into it, man. We had a big week of music, bro. Big week of music. And Moose, I'm gonna let you bring in because this is your man's. You feel me? He dropped the project, and he again, as you say, and solidified himself even more.
Again.
And he continues to shut up the critics.
Again.
You know what I'm saying? So let us know what Burna dropped. Tell us the rundown of it, and we'll discuss what our thoughts on the project are.
Burna Boy dropped his seventh project called I Told Them. It's well, he classifies it as a pop album, but I don't know what people want to consider it. But yeah, he dropped
You called it a pop album?
Yeah, if you look on it, it's classified as a pop album.
It is. I'm looking at it right now. It says pop.
He classified. Yeah, he dropped his seventh album this past Friday, and yeah. What were your thoughts? Because I don't want to.
Okay. Let me ask you this before I go into my thoughts. Why do you think they classified it as a pop album? Like, do you think that's just so his music can hit in a different algorithm, or the way they produced the project? Like, why did they label it as a pop album as opposed to like a different genre?
If he runs it as a hip hop album, let's say for example, if he wants to be nominated for a Grammy, you have to kind of think about who else is dropping this year. Drake is dropping this year.
Okay.
Mick Jenkins dropped this year. V's, Sauce Walker, A$AP Rocky's supposed to be dropping. Like all the heavy hitters are dropping this year, so I'm not dropping my album as a hip hop album.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then obviously with like the Afrobeats nomination now, where like the world or African music nomination for the Grammys, he could classify it as that. He could classify it as a pop album and run it there. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's like when you're a pop album, you can kind of flick which one you want to do it at.
Where you want to put it at.
Yeah. So it's like, so for him, I think that just made a lot of sense. Probably because he wants to get nominated, and being nominated in a hip hop category, especially when you know all the heavy hitters still haven't dropped their projects yet,
right,
makes a lot of sense.
Now, that does make a lot of sense. And giving you my thoughts on the project, I like the project, bro. From like, I really like the project. Listened to it a few times through. I'm gonna give you some of the records off of it that I thought was really good. Obviously, like you had like Sitting on Top of the World, the Taliban's the records that already dropped, but like City Boys, the one he dropped the snippet, it was better than I expected it to be.
That's what everybody's saying.
It's way better than what I thought it was gonna be, and I just like the way Burna does a really good job of sampling stuff, bro.
Yeah,
and bringing it to like his genre and style and cadence of music, and he does that throughout all the projects that he does, because he does a lot of samples, bro. And I think it's smart the way that he's doing it as well, because it brings that nostalgia back, bro. And I think even when you're watching the content that he dropped with the project, he's more of on like a early 2000s vibe with the way the videos are shot, the way the music sounds, the way they're moving around, the way that you know what I'm saying, back in the early 2000s, like a lot of stuff you've seen a lot of posses in the videos and things of that nature, and he does that, and he does it really well, bro. And I think the way that his camp and him are branding him as like a global star, and we were talking about this off air, and like he's gonna really be, Moose was right, bro. He's gonna be bigger than a lot of artists that we were talking about. Just the way they're pushing him, like the way they do. I gotta give it to him. Moose was on track with that, bro. He's on track with that. And you think about all the stuff that like all the backings that these other artists have, and he doesn't really have the big backing yet, like a Drake does or Burna does. Like when he gets that bag, bro. Because I don't even think this is like his best music yet, personally. I can tell like he's gearing us up for something that's like gonna slap us in the face. But Moose, with people that was listening, Moose was right. That type of thing.
Yeah, I think that you're 100% right. Like I think that at this point, I think that to call Burna Boy just an Afrobeats artist or an African artist,
can't do that anymore.
It's at a point now it's kind of even disrespectful to him and what he's able to do. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like he's an artist. He's an artist that just happens to be from Nigeria. And I think that when you break down the track list of what he did, of him being on the track with 21 Savage, J. Cole, Dave, like him being able to blend.
There's a reservoir. Oh my gosh. Like,
you know what I'm saying? Like him being able to blend different types of sounds and people together into something that still fits into who he is and still make it cohesive is something that a lot of artists can't do themselves now, you know? And so I just think that now looking at him and looking at the track list, he did everything that I thought he was going to do. And I think that if you really want me to be honest, this is his best cohesive, put together project since African Giant.
No, for sure. And my favorite record off there is Tested, Approved, and Trusted.
Yeah,
that's like my top record right now.
That's a tune.
That's a tune right there. And it's other than obviously the City Boy record is solid, and then the J. Cole record is good too as well. But that one hit home, bro. And